Thank you. Well, I like the idea of prediction markets, and I think it's very nifty, but I dislike the messianic version of prediction markets, especially applied to politics, because I can see how in a firm prediction markets will ferret out private information. But in terms of these sorts of exercises, I don't see the prediction market ferreting out private information. It's basically tracking the polls and the pundits. And evidence of that is in the 2004 election, when the polls and the pundits said that Bush was going to win, the prediction markets followed that. And then on election day, when there were rumors of the exit polls showing Kerry ahead on the mere rumors that were reported in the media, the prediction market started calling Kerry. Now, that's not reporting of private information. That's the stampede of the herd. I think the critical test of prediction markets in politics was on the question of weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. And the prediction markets tracked public opinion, and public opinion was the consequence of the political propaganda of the Bush administration. The private information was there to be ferreted out, and the prediction markets failed to ferret it out. And amazingly, the prediction markets predicted that at a certain point of time, we were more likely to find weapons of mass destruction in the next 2 months than in the next 4 months, which is grossly irrational.
There's no question that when people don't have information, it's garbage in, garbage out. There's no question about that.
It wasn't all garbage on WMPs. There were indicators, plenty of indicators.
Well, after the fact, it's easy to say so. Possibly. But it doesn't mean that all the people who had this information were sufficiently incentivized to get into the market and make money on it. That's a different issue. There's some ethical issues. Lots of people don't feel right betting on their private information about these sorts of things. I mean, if I were Hans Blix, for example, if Hans Blix would have been part of the prediction market, you would have gotten some more interesting information. But I doubt that Hans Blix is somebody that goes gambling on the internet for some reason. So yes, there is a problem of attracting the right people with sufficiently high monetary incentives as well. There's just not enough money into the current prediction market to really attract and to really encourage deep information digging and deep information exploration. Now, on the other hand, I would strongly disagree that all that prediction markets do for politics is follow the polls. Because there are many examples that I've lived through, especially in the French presidential campaign last year, where people, for example, are watching a debate. There was last year a debate between the Nicolas Sarkozy and the socialist candidate against him. And everybody, if you listen to the radio the next morning, or even just after the debate on TV, all pundits agreed that the socialist had scored points during the debate because she was very poised. She actually gave him hell, and he looked like on drugs or subdued or whatever, right? But if you looked at the trading on the market during the debate, you could see that Sarkozy was going up. Okay. In complete contradiction to what the polls, to what the pundits were saying the next morning. Okay, everybody agreed she had scored points. And then you had to wait until the end of the day that the first polls came out about the debate performance to see that actually all the pundits had been wrong and that the people thought that, the TV viewers thought Sarkozy had performed better and improved his chances. Okay. So, yes, when there are polls out there, people will read the polls and therefore they will integrate that information and use that for their trading, and so it will give the impression they're just following the polls. But when there are no polls, as in this example of the debate, and all they have is their own private impression of what's happening on TV, then they will use that for their trading and they will precede the polls.